Close your eyes for just a second, not to sleep, but to remember. Remember the last time you hit that 3 p.m. wall, when your brain felt like it was wrapped in fog and your body moved through molasses. Or that moment in a critical meeting when the brilliant idea just wouldn't come, or during your workout when your muscles screamed no far sooner than they should have. That isn't just fatigue. That isn't just a bad day. That is a silent alarm bell ringing from within every cell in your body, screaming one truth. You are running on empty because the very river of life inside you has slowed to a trickle. That river is your blood flow, and today we're not just going to diagnose the problem, we're going to declare war on it. We've been taught to chase performance with caffeine, sheer willpower, and sleepless nights. We treat the symptoms while ignoring the fundamental physiology. Your brain, your muscles, your organs, they are not machines. They are ecosystems, and blood flow is the climate that determines whether that ecosystem thrives or withers. Low oxygen, piled, high metabolic waste, sluggish nutrient delivery. This is the internal environment of weak performance. So let's rebuild that environment. Let's turn that trickle back into a raging, nourishing river. Here are the 6 keys to doing exactly that. Key point 1, your chair is a killer. Sedentary isn't just inactive, it's destructive. When you sit for prolonged periods, the large muscles in your legs and glutes go dormant, and your vascular system switches to low power mode. This isn't just about calories, it's about perfusion, the actual delivery of blood to your tissues. Every hour of sitting is an hour of diminished flow. The engagement here is non-negotiable. Become a movement snack connoisseur, set a timer. Every 25 minutes for 2-5 minutes, you will stand, you will pace, you do 10 air squats. You are not taking a break from work. You are working on the very system that allows you to work. Key point 2, train your inner plumbing. We think of cardio as something for our heart and lungs. Reframe it. Cardio is resistance training for your blood vessels. The goal is to force your endothelial cells, the delicate lining of your 0 miles of blood vessels, to release nitric oxide, the master molecule of vasodilation. It is your body's natural plumbing expander. The most engaging way to do this, introduce intensity. Don't just plod. Incorporate bursts, 30 seconds of furious effort, be it sprinting, cycling, or stair climbing, followed by recovery. This sheer stress is the signal that forces your vascular system to adapt, become more flexible, and boost flow on demand. Key point 3, you cannot hydrate a stone. Your blood is roughly 55% plasma, and plasma is over 90% water. If you are even mildly dehydrated, your blood becomes more viscous, thicker, slower, like maple syrup instead of water. Your heart has to work harder to pump sludge. The engagement is tactile. Tomorrow morning, check your first urine of the day. If it's not pale straw colored, your river is already running dry from the night before. Your mission is to drink water consistently, not gulp it desperately. Make it a ritual, not a reaction. Key point 4, eat for your arteries, not just your appetite. Forget diet culture. Think vascular cuisine. What you eat directly impacts the flexibility and health of your arteries. Focus on the triumvirate, nitrates from beetroot, spinach, and arugula, nature's nitric oxide precursors, polyphenols from dark berries, dark chocolate, and green tea, which protect your endothelial cells, and omega-3s from fatty fish and walnuts, which reduce inflammation, a major cause of vascular stiffness. Every meal is a chance to feed your flow. Key point 5, the unclenching. Stress is not abstract, it is biochemical. Chronic stress means chronically elevated cortisol and adrenaline, hormones that constrict blood vessels. A primal fight or flight response meant for saber-toothed tigers, not overflowing inboxes. This creates internal traffic jams. You must become a master of the physiological sigh. When you feel the clamp of stress, take a double in. Hail through the nose until your lungs are full. then a long, slow exhale through the mouth. This is not woo. This is a direct neurological override that dilates blood vessels and tells your body the tiger is gone. Key point 6, the performance repair paradox. Here is the ultimate truth your hustle culture doesn't want to hear. Your blood flow does its most critical repair work only when you are truly at rest. During deep, slow-wave sleep, your brain's glymphatic system engages, flushing metabolic waste. Your body releases human growth hormone, repairing tissues. This entire process is powered by and dependent on robust blood flow. Skimping on sleep isn't hardcore. It is actively dismantling the recovery system that makes performance tomorrow even possible. Prioritize sleep not as a luxury, but as your most important performance, an enhancing drug. So we end where we began. That fog, that fatigue, that failure to perform, it has a cause. And now you have the cure. It's not a single pill. It's a protocol, a commitment to move, to challenge your heart, to drink deeply, to eat strategically, to breathe intentionally, and to rest shamelessly. Stop fighting your own biology. Start fueling it. Get out of your own way and let the river roar. Your future performance depends on it. Now go. Consider this a direct and non-negotiable intervention for the single greatest thief of your vitality in the modern world, your chair. We have framed sitting as a neutral act, a passive state of being, but the physiological truth is far more sinister. When you sit, especially for prolonged, uninterrupted periods, you aren't just pausing movement, you are activating a cascade of metabolic and vascular shutdowns. The large, powerful muscles of your legs and glutes, which are designed to be your body's primary pumps and metabolic engines, essentially fall asleep. In their dormant state, they require very little fuel and, critically, very little blood flow. This signals your cardiovascular system to slow down, reducing cardiac output and allowing blood to pool in your extremities. But the damage goes deeper than circulation alone. The real insidiousness lies in what happens at the cellular level within your blood vessels themselves. The endothelial lining, that single layer of cells that sheaths the entire 60,000-mile network of your vascular system, is responsive to mechanical force. When you are upright and moving, the rhythmic contraction of your leg muscles and the pulse of your heartbeat create a healthy, laminar flow of blood that shears against these endothelial cells. This shear stress is the essential trigger for the production of nitric oxide, the master signaling molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax, dilate, and stay smooth and pliable. Sitting removes that signal. In the absence of that healthy friction, nitric oxide production plummets. The vessels become less responsive, more prone to constriction, and the overall tone of your vascular system shifts from supple and reactive to stiff and sluggish. This isn't a metaphor. It is measurable biomechanical decay happening in real time. Furthermore, a seated posture, particularly the common slumped position, creates literal physical compression. The arteries that feed your legs and pelvis are pinched at the folds of your hips and knees. You are not just reducing flow metaphorically by being still, you are kinking the hose. This dramatically reduces the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the very tissues that are meant to support you, and simultaneously allows metabolic waste products like lactic acid and inflammatory cytokines to accumulate in those stagnant pools. This creates a local environment of fatigue, discomfort, and low-grade inflammation that your body then must struggle to clear once you finally stand up. Therefore, the engagement strategy cannot be passive or vague. The command to move more fails because it lacks specificity and urgency. The antidote is not merely an hour at the gym after 8 hours of damage. That's like trying to put out a smoldering fire with a bucket of water after the forest has already burned. The solution must be proactive, frequent, and woven into the fabric of your seated time. You must become a strategist of interruption. This is why the concept of movement snacks is not a cute suggestion. It is a critical, non-negotiable protocol. You are engineering sheer stress. You are deliberately creating pulses of that healthy vessel, dilating friction your body craves. The implementation is tactical. Set an unignorable timer for every 25 minutes. When it sounds, your mission is simple. Break the geometry of stagnation. Stand up. This single act alone kinks the major arteries of your legs and pelvis, allowing an immediate 20-30% increase in blood flow. But don't stop there. Walk with purpose to get a glass of water. Do 10 deliberate bodyweight squats, focusing on engaging those gluteal pumps. Pace while on a phone call. Perform 5 slow, controlled lunges per leg. This isn't about breaking a sweat or about fitness in the traditional sense. This is about vascular housekeeping. You are manually, deliberately stimulating the endothelial lining, reactivating the muscle pumps in your legs, and clearing the stagnant metabolic debris from your tissues. You are reminding your entire circulatory system of its core purpose, to flow. This practice, repeated consistently throughout the day, does more to maintain baseline vascular health and cognitive alertness than almost any other single intervention. It turns a deadly static environment into a dynamic, self-correcting one. Your chair is a killer only if you surrender to it. Refuse to be its victim. So let us be unequivocally clear. The fog, the fatigue, the faltering focus, these are not the inevitable costs of ambition or the necessary taxes on a life of achievement. They are the direct physiological invoices sent by a system running on empty, a body whose fundamental river of life has been slowed, constricted, and neglected. We have spent too long trying to outsmart our own biology, to override its signals with stimulants and sheer force of will, only to find ourselves perpetually running a deficit. Today, that ends. The equation is simple, and it is non-negotiable. You cannot build a towering performance on a foundation of compromised flow. Every thought you conceive, every decision you make, every physical action you take is ultimately downstream from the delicate, life-giving perfusion of your tissues. To ignore this is to fight a battle with one hand tied behind your back, perpetually confused as to why victory remains just out of reach. This journey, therefore, is not about adding another burdensome checklist to your already overcrowded life. It is a profound shift from being a passive passenger in your own body to becoming the conscious, dedicated architect of its internal environment. It is the recognition that your performance is not a disconnected, abstract metric, but the sum output of a living, breathing, flowing ecosystem. The power we have discussed, from breaking the tyranny of the chair to training your vascular network, from the strategic hydration and nutrition to the masterful management of stress and the sacred, non-negotiable commitment to deep sleep. This is the power of agency. It moves you from a state of victimhood, where your energy is at the mercy of your schedule, to a state of stewardship, where your schedule is designed to cultivate and protect your energy at its source. Embrace this not as a prescription, but as a new operating protocol for the human system you inhabit. See the movement snacks as vital system reboots. View your bouts of cardio as essential maintenance for your inner plumbing. Understand your water bottle as a tool for optimizing viscosity, your plate as a pharmacopoeia for vascular health, your conscious breath as a direct lever for dilation, and your bed as the prime laboratory for repair and restoration. These are not disjointed tips. They are interlocking strands of a single, powerful strategy. When you move, you enhance the quality of your sleep. When you sleep deeply, you better manage stress. When you manage stress, you make better nutritional choices. This is a virtuous, self-reinforcing cycle where each action multiplies the effect of the others, building a resilient foundation for sustained excellence. Therefore, step forward from this moment not with a sense of overwhelm, but with the clarity of one who has finally been given the master key. The path to unlocking your highest, most consistent, and vibrant performance has been mapped in the very physiology you carry with you every single day. Stop declaring war on your own limitations and start nourishing the source of your potential. You have the knowledge. You now hold the blueprint, the responsibility, and the profound power. To direct the flow is yours. From this day forward, make the choice not to merely push harder, but to flow smarter. Feed the river, protect the river, and then, with absolute certainty, get out of its way and let it roar. Your future performance in every realm of your life is waiting on the other side of that current. Now go. Thank you so much for investing this time in the most important project you will ever work on, the performance and longevity of your own body. These commands we've discussed are not just tips. They are your new operating system, a direct line to upgrading your energy, clarity, and resilience from the inside out. I encourage you to save these uploads, revisit them, and most importantly, implement just one of these key points this week. Let the proof be in your own palpable feeling of increased flow and vitality. Your journey towards sustained, powerful performance starts with a single, deliberate action. It has been a privilege to share this critical science with you. I am truly excited for you to experience the results. Until next time, take profound care of that incredible vessel of yours. Go forth and flow.